Hi everyone, I am back for the second part of this page. Now I realised just after I finished the the first video, is that we haven't done his little beak. Now I have had a thought about other elements of the page and figured that maybe it was good that I forgot to do it, because I've had a completely different idea to how to do it to what I had before. So we're going to leave it for now and do it a little bit later. Oh, the intrigue, it's too exciting, isn't it? So we're going to do the little basket next. So I know I zoomed out, we're going to come back in to do the basket. And we're going to do it in brown, like a sort of wicker weave, but we obviously want a different colour to the to our little chap. So we're going to start with the Mars black. It's quite a dark browny black. Excuse me, and do some of the elements with that. So I'll just show you for those of you who aren't listening. And now we've got all these different bits and pieces. Quite tricky on a basket. I think we'll just sort of follow the lines that are drawn, really. I just had a phone call from my husband while I was making my coffee. And he's on his way back home from work. It's 10 AM. He just got to work. He was very late because the road was shut that he was trying to use. And he got to work and realised that he'd forgotten his pass. And he's got to have it. So he's got to come all the way back home again, which is going to take him probably an hour because of the road closure. He did speak to one of his colleagues who suggested he just work from home today because, you know, it means that he won't get back to work till lunchtime. Unfortunately, he's got an appointment tomorrow. He's got his counselling session, and he says he won't be able to leave work early tomorrow for it now, so he's going to have to cancel it. So that's not ideal. So I suggested he might be able to change it to today. If she's got a slot, she may not. And then to sort of catch up with his work around that appointment, but we'll see what happens really. I'm going to use the Slate Grey for the rest of the basket. It sounds odd. The Slate Grey is actually very brown, and you'll see this as I fill it in. I'm using it quite lightly because I don't want a really dark basket, but on the other hand I do want it darker than the Griffin-y bird. What is he? I don't know. So what I'm trying to do is to put down a little more colour in the area where I put the Mars black, so you can see a bit of a contrast of colour. I missed that one. And hopefully it adds a little bit of shape to our basket. Now our little friends in the basket, I had thought I would do them all the same colour, but now I'm wondering whether it might be fun to do them all different colours. I was thinking of, it's very unnerving, suddenly I can hear dripping on the ceiling in this room. I haven't sat in this room for years. It's not very good, is it? I'm hoping it's just a... I can also hear the heating. I'm hoping it's just a pipe expanding or contracting, and that I'm not going to get water dripping on my head. I'm sure I would notice. I'm just going to stop and look up. Oh, there are absolutely no wet patches on the ceiling whatsoever. My imagination's going into overdrive. Oh dear. Anyway, so yeah, we'll you might be able to hear it. It's like a clicking, ticking noise, but my radiator makes that noise in my bedroom, and I think it's dripping, and it's actually just not. So anyway, I don't know why the heating's come on. It's a sunny day, but it's actually, I've got my cardigan on. It's not that warm. My big booty slippers still. But anyway, we'll finish our basket. These are all being done in the same sort of way. So I'm looking at my colour swatch chart, and I'm thinking I'd quite like one of these little guys to be mint green. I don't know why. It's just come to me. I'd like mint green. So one of them's going to be mint green, and maybe a pink and a blue. Right, there's our basket. It's quite simple. Not going to worry about doing anything too fancy. Let's just put those away. Yeah, we've got a mint green. Yeah. Oddly, I found in this set when I swatched, let me show you. Mint green light. Which is darker? The light. It's a bit strange. I'm going to use the mint green for this little chappy here. I'm just going to brush. And I'm going to just do a round and round movement, quite quick. And try and make him look like he might have a little curly fur. I don't think it's really going to show up. And I'm going to layer it up a little bit because it is quite pale. Oh, look at him. Oh, such a cutie. There he is. Alright, that's him. Now, what colour should we use for one of the... I'm going to use a pink, I think. I want quite a pale pink though. I could use the pink bloom. Let's find it. I've got to find it now. Here we go. Oh, it's a bit blunt. Pink bloom. He might be okay being that blunt because we want quite a rough. Yeah. Sort of. Oh, they're so cute. This is a little bit corally, I think. It's slightly orangey in colour, but that's okay. I wonder where he's taking them in their little basket. What do you reckon? I think we need a blue. I need quite a pale. The Cobalt Turquoise is our palest blue, so I think I will just pick that one for that reason alone. Look at them. Oh. Okay, now we've got this one down here as well. Oh, you can't see. Hang on about. There we go. So he, I'm thinking, or she, what do you reckon? I'm thinking I had a plan, now I'm changing my mind. I was going to do it her pink, but our fairy, I'm thinking I quite like the fairy with the pink dress. So I'm going to do that. Let's do fairy first. Azalea Pink. I think her hat looks like a flower. She's very cute. And I'm just doing a layer of the pink first of all. I'll probably do her face the same colour as we did the Griffin-y creature, whatever it's called. Someone will know. Like that. I'm going to do this colour on her hat as well, and then do some detailing in a minute. So just a basic layer everywhere to start with. I mean, you could do this as green as if it was a sort of the thing that holds plants, the bottom of the blooms. Okay, I'm just going to put that down for a minute, and I'm going to do the cadmium orange light that we used for the face of the other critter, and I'm going to do that for her first, and then I'm going to come back and do the do her dress, etc. Oh, I'm done that sleeve. Oh well, I'll be there in a minute. Like that. So back to our Azalea Pink. Now I'm thinking maybe a little bit darker down to the back of the hat. Lighter towards the middle. Maybe a bit darker here as well. Like that. And the dress, maybe there'll be some shadow from the wings. Yeah, I need something to do her wings with. I haven't thought about that. I'm going to leave her collar white. Let's remember to do this bit of sleeve. But I'm going to colour it white just because we're going to use some pastels in the background, and if I don't colour it in at all and I accidentally go over that bit with pastel, it will take in the colour. So where's my white? Here we go. So I'm just going to use a titanium white to colour the collar, and you won't see anything. It goes a bit grey. There we go. Okay, now we're going to wings, leave the wings, do the critter. Now it's going to do pink. I know, purple. Let's do a pale purple. What's our palest? I think we've got a mauve. There it is. We do your mauve. It's interesting because this one looks the same as the little ones, but this one's got wings. You can't see their wings. I don't know if their wings are supposed to be tucked up behind them. Not sure. And again, I'm just trying to get a sort of soft and fluffy look. I think these golds are going down really nicely on this paper. They're not leaving lots of white paper, which they do on some papers. I'm going to keep this all quite flat. I don't think I'm going to worry about light and shade too much. I'm going to use a darker purple for those wings. Yeah, I think we use the heather purple. It's a really nice shade. Now pretty much the rest of the picture is going to be done in pen. I want those stars and the wings and the wand to be done in glittery pens. So we're going to leave it, and the beak. A bit of a spoiler alert there. So we're going to do the background first, and then we're going to finish off the details, because if I do the pens first, we'll smudge them everywhere. So I'm just going to move away. I need to move away some pencils out of my way. And I will make this zoom out so we can see the whole picture. It's going very slowly. You can see the sun on my desk now, but I'll pull the picture out of the sun a little bit. And I'm going to use my cloud stencil here, this one. And some pastels. I use these pastels. I couldn't tell you whether these are particularly good compared to any other types. They're the only other type I have were very old and they're very gritty, but I think it's more to do with age than anything else. And I'm going to do some background colours and clouds and things, but I'm going to change the colour around a little bit. I'm just looking for a clean little cloth to apply the pastels. I need to wash them, most of them are dirty. I've only got one. That one will have to help me. Right, so I was thinking I might do some blue, some pink, some green and mix it up a bit with the cloud and the sky. But I don't know if it's going to work. Is it too much of a risk? Or should we just do it blue? I don't know how daring I'm feeling. I'm going to start with blue. So I'm just rubbing my little cotton cloth onto the blue and going to run along the edge of my stencil like this. Try to avoid the actual critter, and then just take the colour up the page a bit like that. Okay, and now I'm going to pick a pink colour. You can't actually see all the pastel. Oh, excuse me. Hi everyone, I am back after being on the telephone. I've had to close the blind in the office here and put the lamp on because the sun is shining across my page. I'm hoping that it doesn't look too odd, but we're going to just try it, and I'll look at the footage after, and if it doesn't really work I'm going to have to come up with a brand new plan. But right, I remember that I did some blue here, and I was going to do some pink clouds across here, and I got a little bit of pink on my cotton, and I'm just going through. My mum actually called me, and then my husband returned from work because he'd forgotten his passes. It was all going on, but fortunately it's all peaceful now, just for a little while. So hopefully we can get on and do a little more of this. Now when you're doing pastels, I've said this lots of times before, make sure you've got spare paper under the page like I have, or else it goes down onto other pages of the book. I'm just picking my next colour. I think I'm going to do, I've got a little bit of sort of light orangey peachy colour. I don't know how pale it, oh, it's a bit neon. I'm going to try it anyway. Let's be daring. Ooh, it's my elbow. Put it here. Well, that's nice. Oh, I like that colour. I don't know how well it stands out with this light. It's a little bit tricky. It looks clear enough in my eyes when I look down at the book and on the screen, but when I look into the room it's very red, so I'm not sure. I'm going to use a bit of minty green now, because we've got our little minty green critters, so I think it will work quite well. And I'll sort of pop it here, I think. I hope it doesn't discolour our gold too much. It looks a little bit dirty, but never mind. So that's that. I'm trying to keep trying to find clean bits of clean bits of cotton. Yellow. Let's do what should we do? Lemony yellow, I think. Oof, I've got no idea what I might have been talking to you about, I'm afraid. Now, going to take the yellow right through the cage because the cage is see-through. We're also I'm going to take it over the wings. I will delete it. I sound like I'm on a computer. Erase it in a bit from the wings. That's quite a bright yellow, isn't it? I'm thinking purple. I don't know whether this is just going to end up looking messy or magical. Either way, it's fun. I've forgotten a pen that I need as well, which I shall go and do and get in a moment. So there's our purple. What else can we use? We've got blue. I think we've got lots of colours. Red. We've got reds. I think that might be a bit too much. Got a sort of goldy brown. Let's try that. Why not? Perhaps it's more bronzy brown, but anyway. It's just different. I just want a last little bit across that corner there, I would like. And I'm thinking I quite like a deep pinky purple. Look at that. It's quite deep, isn't it? Try and fade it up. Okay. Now I'm going to sweep with my brush, get rid of all these sort of bits, and it sort of makes it look a bit less severe, like that. And now we're going to use some pens to do a few different areas. Now when I'm working on top of pastel, to lean on something, I'm actually going to grab one of these pieces of paper. to lean on. And I'm going to work from the top downwards so I don't smudge the pen. Now for the stars, I'm going to use this, this is a Castle Arts glitter gel pen, and it's a sort of yellowy goldeny colour, and that's what I wanted for my star, so I'm going to use that. I'm not going to worry about erasing any of the pastel because it will just cover over the top, and I'm going to do these circles, it all in the same colour. I think it will just sort of highlight hopefully the gold wings. That's the plan. This isn't actually a gold colour, it's a sort of more yellowy colour. Like that. One here, and this was actually the colour I was going to use for the beak. I've messed up. The gold I was going to use for the stars was actually this one, which is actually a proper gold. So I'm going to do that instead on the stars. And the good thing with the gel is if it's a darker colour, you can go right over the top. You probably should wait for it to dry. I'm just going for it and it seems to be happy. And then you can see it's a bit different to the beak colour. It might be difficult for you to see the glitter, but I'll show you that later. Now if you want, you can use some of the lighter glitter, uses the beak, to go around the edges of the feathers and things to make them look more shiny. I'm not going to do that, but I have done it on other pictures where I've done a sort of gold look and then gone over it in with some glitter as well to enhance it, and it's worked really well. Okay, cage. I'm going to use this. This is just a metallic gold Posca. You can use any gold metallic pen. Oh, I don't know where my voice is gone. You could use there's one in the Castle gel pen set. I just happened to grab this because it was easy to find. So you could do all the bars of the cage, but I am just going to do the thick bits, if that makes sense. The bits that are left for us to colour. Like that. It shines quite nicely. Now I am, while I remember, going to erase that yellow from in the wings. I don't want that there. I need to do that now because I need to brush the rubbings away. And once I've got wet gel pen everywhere, I can't do that. So this star and wings are going to be a different colour. I'm just going to nip and get the pen. Bear with me, I'm not going to stop the video, I'm just going next door. Sorry, I'm back now. I just thought it was easier not to stop the video. This is the Sakura Stardust Silver, and I'm going to use that for the star and the wings of the fairy. I thought I would use just a different colour so that it stood out as being different, and I thought silver goes so well with pink. I'm going to go over these lines with this too. Hopefully the lines will show through just a little bit. I think there was one there, wasn't there, that went with the gold. There we go. And I'm going to do the whole of the wing in this. It's going to look really sparkly. I think these pens, I know there was a lot of fuss at one time made about the Pentel glitter pens, but this one is the best glitter pen I've ever had. The glitter is so fine, so it really, really sparkles. And the Pentel ones, the colour wasn't, the gel and the glitter were different colours, and so I used to get a bit confused as to what I was actually going to get when I used the pen. And it sort of looked different in different lights and things like that, and I just found that a bit confusing. Okay, there's our fairy. Again, you may struggle to see. And now I'm going to continue with the stars and dots, which was this pen. I'm sorry, the castles don't have names, so it makes it, I can't tell you what the colour is. It's just the one that looks most gold. I'm pretty sure there's metallic gold gel and silver glitter. All the Castle Art glitter pens, the glitter is all silver. The glitter isn't the colour of the pen. That's what I liked about the Uniball Signo glitter pens. The glitters were different colours. And I'm going to go back to the gold Posca. Sorry, sort of going back and forth a lot to do the bottom of the cage. And then we'll be done with this little chap. And I'll show you where I'm at. I shall hold it a bit closer to the camera and let you see the sparkle and the detail, and hopefully, and then I'm going to go and do some editing and see whether this red blind looks very bad in the film or not. I'm hoping it'll work out okay. Now I'm going to try not to go over the black lines here. I just want to do these white gaps. There we go. And there is our page finished. So I'm just going to move that piece of paper out. This piece is moving aside, and hold up the book, and hopefully you can see a little bit of the shine and glitter in the light. And there we go. So I shall try and zoom in a bit to get a photograph. There we go. And I'm sure it won't show up all the glitter. But anyway, I had a lot of fun with that. I hope that was okay for you. I hope you found it fun. Maybe you coloured along, I'm not sure. But whether you did or not, thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe to support the channel. It really does make a big difference. I don't think people realise what a big difference it can make. And I know it can be a bit tricky if you're on your TV or phone or whatever, but if you can, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day and happy colouring.